Hello everyone, my name is Jennifer and welcome to Best Kept Plans. Today we're going to be doing a budget with me for the paycheck that I am receiving on January 20th, 2022 using the printable version of the Budget by Paycheck Workbook from the Budget Mom. If you're interested in seeing that, please stick around. So I thought it would be nice to start in the January monthly view in the Budget by Paycheck workbook, just so that you all could see kind of where I'm at in terms of the month and how things have been going. I am filming this video a little bit early. It's currently the 11th, and this is the budget with me for the paycheck I'm receiving on the 20th. But as you can see, I'm kind of up to date on my bills. The only bill that I have left to pay with the paycheck I received on the 6th is my Netflix, which will come out automatically on the 19th. I do have an appointment today. It is something that's going to have to come out of my paycheck budget. I kind of forgot about it, to be totally honest, so it wasn't included in my budget with me. But I will show you the paycheck budget tracker just to kind of update you on that. There is a lot of yellow on this page, and that's because I am participating in several challenges for 2022. One of them is the 52-week challenge, which I did pull cash out for in my most recent cash envelope stuffing, which I can certainly link right up here. But I also have like this save $13, save 20, save 20, save 10, and those are from the 2022 savings challenges from the Budget Mom. One of the challenges for January involves laundry and the amount of pieces of laundry you have. And so I have been keeping up with that. I did preemptively put some yellow lines here on Sundays. And so I'm trying to hold off and do my laundry all on Sunday. I did do the last of my laundry on the 9th, so I actually don't have any. I have like one dirty outfit, which is what I wore yesterday. So I don't really have any dirty clothes right now, which is good. I'm just going to let the laundry kind of pile up throughout the week, and then I'll do, a load or two on Sunday. That way I can utilize this line I've already written in. But the challenge is going really, really well, and I'm really enjoying it. The other thing that I have on here is I did have a chiropractor appointment on the 12th. Again, something I kind of forgot about, and so it wasn't included in my last budget with me, but I ended up canceling it. I don't feel like I need to go right now, so that was written in orange because it's something I would have pulled my copay from my sinking fund, but again, appointment has been canceled. The other thing I added to my monthly view was this little monthly goal in the corner here, and that's just to remind myself that I do have a no spend going on for January. And I wrote down that I want to start 2022 off strong and crush my savings goals this month. So I will show you the tracker that I'm actually using, because I do have a tracker for my no spend. Just a quick look at the paycheck budget tracker for the paycheck I received on the 6th. Again, I mentioned that I had, shaking the camera here. I mentioned that I have this appointment and I didn't budget for it. Unfortunate. But I also did a giveaway on my Instagram that I ended up pulling from here, and I made a donation to a children's hospital as well. So even though I have like these expenses, I'm still going to be okay because I budgeted less than what my income ended up being. I did that intentionally because I thought that my income was going to change with the new year and possibly having a little more taken out of my paycheck for my benefits, but my paycheck was higher than I was expecting by about $10. So I don't know. I'm like a little nervous that this 3057 is going to end up changing again next paycheck, but we'll see what ends up happening. So my goal was to save $17.24 towards my house savings, and so far this pay period I've actually saved $17.65. So still on track with my savings to my house, even though I had some extra expenses that I forgot about. Now let's focus on the paycheck I'm receiving on the 20th, which is what we're actually budgeting for. I'm going to flip this over. I'm going to zoom you all in so you have a clear look at the paycheck budget tracker. So starting off in the income section, so I have, since I started making these videos, I've budgeted my income to be $29.35. I did get a raise at the end of November, it started reflecting in my December paychecks. I was still budgeting based on $29.35 because honestly, I was just like a little nervous to increase it. And then with the new year, I was nervous, like I said, with a change in my benefits and if that was going to change my paycheck amount. I did end up increasing my budgeted income to $3,030. My paychecks in December were about $3,045. My last one was $3,057. Again, I'm still a little nervous it's going to change. So I think $30.30 is a good safe place to budget it at. I mean, I do always have my cushion, but I feel okay budgeting $3,030. So coming down to the bills section of the Paycheck Budget Tracker, I do have several bills that I'm paying with this paycheck. I'm going to be paying my Optimum, which is my phone, internet, and cable, my Verizon, which is my cell phone, my church contribution that I make every month, my Fed loan, which is my student loan. It's not actually Fed loan anymore. It's Nelnet now, but I kind of forgot that when I filled this out. And then my rent for February 2022. Now, as you can see, I've already put 0 in the actual column for my student loan, and that's because federal student loans are on hold right now, so I'm not paying that amount. I'm not paying that bill, I should say, and you'll see that kind of reflected down below when we get to the savings section. One other thing that I did want to mention is that my Optimum bill did go up by almost $20. I just got the statement. It's not due until the 22nd, but it went from about $137 to $156. So that's a big increase. I did call them to ask why, and they said it was because I had a credit that expired at the end of 2021. And in talking with them, they were able to put a new credit on my account and really generously put it on for about $50 a month. So my Optimum bill moving forward should actually be closer to about like $205, maybe $210 at the most, which is really awesome. But that's not going to start until my February bill cycle. So even though I budgeted $240, my bill is actually like $256. So that's okay. I'm going to be able to eat that. I didn't want to change the budgeted amount, so I'll just eat that $16, with my cushion or whatnot. All of my bills added up together do equal $1,625, and if I subtract that from the $3,030 I budgeted my income to be, we are left with $1,405. Now we're going to bring that $1,405 down to the envelope section of the Paycheck Budget Tracker. I do have the same categories as I always have. With 2022, I did increase some and then decrease others. So for this paycheck, my groceries is going to get $200, eating out is getting $75, gas is getting $75, and miscellaneous is getting $150. So all of those added up together do equal $500. And if I subtract that $500 from the $1,405 that I'm budgeting my income to be, I'm left with, not that I'm budgeting my income to be, that I'm left with after paying my bills, I'm left with $905. And that's what I'm going to bring up to the sinking fund section of the Paycheck Budget Tracker. Similarly to my variable expenses, my sinking funds don't change and the amounts don't change. So I'll be contributing $50 towards travel, $25 towards Christmas, $15 towards subscriptions, $20 towards medical, $50 towards car maintenance, $20 towards birthdays, $20 towards holidays, $70 towards car insurance and taxes, and $80 towards my licenses. Now this is new. You've never seen this before, and I definitely want to explain what it is. So I'm a nurse practitioner, and every year during my birthday month, I do need to renew not just my APRN license, but also my RN license. And in my state, my APRN license is about $130 a year, and my RN license is $110. My employer used to cover them. They no longer do, so we do have to pay for them out of pocket now. And so it's something that I certainly could just cash flow, but I got the emails this past week kind of reminding me that that's coming up. They're not due until March, but in getting those emails, it kind of made me think like, well, why don't I just create like a little sinking fund for it that I'll just contribute to at the end of January and through February. That way I don't have to cash flow $240 in March. That just seems like a better way to do it for me. And so if I contribute $80 a pay period from now until the end of February, I will have that money saved up. Moving forward, like in the years to come, I'm going to try to remember to start this sinking fund with my first paycheck in January, and then just save for it all through January, all through February to have the money for March. I think saving it over the course of 2 months is plenty of time for me. So that's something that I'm going to try to remember to do next year. But that is a little bit of a change to my sinking funds for this pay period and also for my pay periods in February. If I add those together, they add up to $350, and if I subtract that from the $905 we were left with after paying my bills and my variable expenses, we have a total of $555. Now, the only debt that I have is my student loans, which I'm not currently paying on, which is why the extra debt section is empty for me. Anything I have left over after my sinking funds always goes down to the extra savings section, and it primarily goes towards my number one savings goal, which is my house savings. So that's where that $555 is going. But just as a reminder, I did budget for a $600 student loan payment that I'm not actually going to be making. And, because of that, I will be able to put more towards my house saving. And if you add 6 plus the 555, it really equals like 1155. But I'm pretty sure that I can find the wiggle room in my budget to round that up to $1,200. So I penciled $1,200 into the actual column here and my paycheck budget tracker, and that's the goal that I have for contributing to my house savings with this paycheck on the 20th. Now, flipping the page over and sharing with you all the cash envelope breakdown, this doesn't really change much for me. This looks similar to how it usually looks. The one category that does tend to change is my miscellaneous category, and the reason why is because that's where I pull a lot of my savings challenges from. And so, for January, for this last paycheck in January, I can't necessarily estimate my laundry for that challenge, so that hasn't factored in, but the 52-week challenge did. And so with this paycheck, I have to save $3 for 1 week and $4 for the next. That's a total of $7. So I know I need singles, and that's why I'm saving or I'm pulling for my miscellaneous envelope in a $100 bill, 2 20s, a 5 and 5 singles. So I can use this $5 bill and 2 singles to contribute to that 52-week challenge. All the other categories are pretty much what they're going to be. Eating out and gas are just going to get a 50, a 20, and a 5. Just as a little update from my cash envelope stuffing, I did pull these $5 bills out immediately and put them into my $5 challenge, and I haven't had any issues. So I think I am going to keep doing that moving forward. With my sinking funds, I always pull the largest denomination possible, and then because I do have to pay my rent with this paycheck, I am pulling out $600. I always do $300 bills and 650s. No idea why. But total, that's going to equal $1,170. So that's what I'm going to pay. That's what I'm going to pull out of my checking account when I go to the bank the day that I get paid, which will be January 20th. Now, I do want to zoom out a bit and share with you all some of the trackers that I'm currently using and show you all kind of how they're going. So I have my my expense trackers here. which are pretty much updated. I'm doing things a little different this year, and so I have one for checking, one for variable expense checking account, which is what I use for my groceries. I didn't used to have a separate one for this. I used to combine it with my checking expense tracker, but I feel like it's easier to separate them because they are two separate checking accounts, and then I have one for cash. But as we get further along, I wanted to show you all my no spend trackers. So this was a free printable on the Budget Mom's free resource library on her website. Definitely check it out. It has a bunch of awesome freebies in there. But I have updated this, and I feel very excited to share that I have succeeded in my no spend for the first 10 days of the month. Of course, I had exceptions to that. So my exceptions are kind of written here. I like getting Soul Bowl for lunch once a week, and I will be doing that. I haven't actually spent any money at Soul Bowl yet this month because I have a lovely APRN student, and she treated me to Soul Bowl last week because she knew I was doing this no spend. She's like, you need your Soul Bowl. And I told her that was an exception, and she said, that's okay. I'm still going to treat you. So that was really, really sweet of her. But the other exception that I have is that I can purchase home personal items. So cleaning supplies, vitamins, things like that. And I did actually need to purchase new face wash. Totally ran out. If it's something that I remembered, I definitely could have purchased it in December, but I kind of forgot until the bottle was empty. So I did go online yesterday, and I purchased off Amazon a face wash, and it was $12.76. So that did come out of my miscellaneous envelope, but again, I'm considering that one of my exceptions. So so far, so good with the no spend challenge, which is really, really exciting. And then just in the back here, I do have some other trackers. So I was able to mark off the first 2 weeks in my 52-week challenge. I do have my $5 challenge here, and currently I have $460 in that, part of which was because I put $50 in all at once when I got that change back from going to the laundromat. But the other one that I wanted to share is that actually I have... So I don't know if I've showed these yet, but I am going to start tracking my net worth. It's not something that I've ever done before. And so I really do want to do that this year. I'm planning on tracking it the last day of every month. That's just when I'm going to do it. Since it's part of kind of the budget closeout, it just makes most sense for me to do it at the end of the month. So nothing's filled in yet. I am going to start tracking my credit score. I track this at the beginning of the month, the first day of every month. And so it was 8/20 on January 1st. And then I had shared when I did my budget book flip through that I'm repurposing these goals freebies from the Budget Mom to use as my house savings tracker. And so basically it's meant for 1 month and setting 3 goals, but instead I decided to use it to set goals for 3 months. So for the first quarter of the year. So for January, each of these flowers equals $100, and basically it's strictly for my house savings. So with the first paycheck, I did save $1,700, so I was able to color in 17 of these. I'm actually up to $1,765, so if I'm able to put a little bit more towards savings before the end of next pay period, I can maybe color in another one. My goal for January was $3,000. I don't know that I'm going to hit that. If I do contribute $1,200 with the paycheck on the 20th, I'm going to get really, really close. So we'll see. And then I do have some more for the coming, for the second, third, and fourth quarters of the year. So just wanted to share those trackers with you and kind of show you how I'm updating them. Also, something that I definitely shared when I did my flip through, but that wasn't really updated at the time, is this yearly balance overview. So I kind of like took some notes on here for myself, and basically I do want to track my savings balance, which is specific to like my house savings, my debt balance, my retirement balance, and my net worth. And I put some numbers or some letters here on this side, and let's see if I could get that a little bit in frame for you. So F means first day of the month. I wrote it up here. L means last day. So on the first day of the month, I always track my savings balance, my debt balance, my retirement balance. I also do my credit score. And then the last day of the month is when I'll do my net worth. And I did write a little note for myself up here that this balance is house only. It's actually, you know, more than that now because I've contributed in January. And I actually have a separate savings account with other money in it that I had been saving like prior to like really getting serious about saving for a house. And it doesn't have an exorbitant amount of money in it. It definitely has, you know, less than $10,000, but it has a few $1,000s. And in the back of my head, that's always been something that I'm going to contribute to my house savings, but I didn't combine them, and I'm still not going to. And part of the reason why I'm not is because I'm thinking in the back of my head, buying a new house, being a first-time home buyer, I'm going to have to purchase so many things. Furniture, like dishes, glasses, silverware. Like there's so much stuff you have to buy when you purchase a home for the first time, or when you're living on your own for the first time. And so in the back of my head, even though like that other savings account is definitely cash that I have that I can contribute to a house, I'm like thinking that it makes sense to separate it, because maybe that would be what I would use to furnish a new home or buy like essentials or necessities for a new home. So this is more specific to like what I would have to put towards a down payment. So yeah, so that's why I'm kind of just including like this one savings account that I have, because that's what I could put towards a down payment versus any other money I have saved that I could put towards, you know, furnishings and things like that. So that is it for this budget with me. It was a bit longer than my budget with me's usually are. It was definitely more detailed in some respects, went into some stuff that I don't always show or share with you all, but I thought it would be pretty interesting to do so. Another thing that I did want to mention is that I'm really feeling very pushed to give more this year, and so I feel like it would be really exciting and interesting for me to make monthly giving contributions to different charities. And I thought it would be a fun way for us to be able to interact with each other here as a community. And so my thought process is to put up a poll here on YouTube and to put up a poll on my Instagram and list about maybe 4 or so charities and see which one you all would like me to contribute to for the month. And then in doing that, it would be a way for us to kind of contribute together, you know. The charities would definitely change every month. I want to make sure that I'm bringing in prevalent or relevant charities, so I certainly want to kind of have different focuses throughout the year. You know, I want to contribute to a charity that's committed to the betterment of Black and African Americans during Black History Month, Hispanic or Latino Americans during Hispanic Heritage Month, to organizations that are committed to providing care for the LGBTQIA plus community during Pride Month, same with Asian American Heritage Month and all of that. So those are kind of going to be focuses, I feel like. And then on months where maybe, you know, we're not recognizing a certain you know, cultural or ethnic group, I could focus on other types of different things. Obviously I work in medicine, and so medicine is really important to me, and so maybe different charities for, breast cancer charities for Breast Cancer Awareness Month and things like that. So that's just an idea that I have and that I'm actually really excited about. And so when I'm posting this video on the 20th, I should also be posting a poll, so definitely look in the community section, the community tab on my page, to see that poll and vote on that poll. And then I will certainly share with all of you, most likely on Instagram, just because it's easier to put a screenshot that shows that I did make the donation on there. But I'll certainly put in the community tab which charity ended up getting the most votes. So certainly, if you have any suggestions for charities that you love or want to support, don't hesitate to put them down below. Also, if you have any questions or comments about this budget with me, don't hesitate to put it down below. And as always, everyone, please be safe. Bye-bye.